hour on VTV News. Party state leaders pay tribute to President Ho Chi Minh on the Communist Parties of Vietnam's founding anniversary. And later on, credit-generating agriculture launch in Vietnam. In the world news, EU warns of economic disruption due to U.S. new tariffs.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is now 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Phie with the latest updates. Now, a delegation of the party's Central Committee, the State President, the National Assembly, the government, and the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee laid a wreath and paid tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at his mausoleum in Hanoi on February the 3rd, the 95th founding anniversary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, or CPV. The delegation expressed deep respect and honored the immense contributions of President Ho Chi Minh, who founded and guided the Communist Party of Vietnam, the vanguard of the working class, the people, and the nation. Under the leadership of the country's Communist Party, the army and people have joined hands to overcome challenges in a strong determination to successfully achieve the goals and tasks set out in the 13th National Party Congress resolution, paving the way for the country to enter a new era, the era of the nation's rise. Now, also celebrating the 95th founding anniversary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, or CPV, Dmitry Medvedev, chair of the United Russia Party, has sent a congratulatory message to Party General Secretary Tô Lâm, leaders of the Sandino National Liberation Front Party, Nicaragua's president, the leaders of the Communist Party of Japan, the Communist Party of India, the Asia's Russia for the Truth Party, the Communist Party of Belarus, the Belarus Party, Morocco's Party of Progress and Socialism, the Communist Party of Canada, and the Permanent Committee of ICAPP also sent their wishes. The Communist Party of Greece, the People's Alliance of Galicia, Spain, the Progressive Party of Working People of Cyprus, and others also extended their congratulations to the Central Committee of the CPV. Now, reflecting on the 95 years of the party's development and growth, we have every reason to take pride in the party's achievements and remain confident in the bright future of both the party and the nation. Party General Secretary Tô Lâm assessment ensures that every party cadre and member can clearly understand the party's mission within the country's historical context, leading Vietnam and its people into a new era of development and prosperity.
Since its founding, the party has focused on serving the people and the nation, not its own interests. Its authority comes from the people's trust, and it remains committed to prioritizing their well-being.
The party's power has always stemmed from the people. Despite a century in power, it has never forgotten its goal of serving the people.
In 1945, the party had just 5,000 members, yet it led to August Revolution to success. Today, with over 5.4 million members, it has guided Vietnam to an economy worth over $470 billion, ranking 32nd globally. The poverty rate has dropped from 60% in 1986 to 1.93%, while the country's position and prestige continue to improve.
I have witnessed the country's transformation and benefited from it. Without the party, I believe we would not have the life we enjoy today.
The people's trust in the party strengthens each member's sense of duty. As Party General Secretary Tô Lâm said, each party member symbolizes the nation's trust, intelligence, and solidarity.
Given current demands, party members must be more exemplary, progressive, and proactive in leading the people and society forward. This is the General Secretary's key requirement for the country's development.
The party General Secretary emphasized key issues to ensure the party leads the nation in this new era. Nearly 80 years ago, party members were pioneers in the fight for independence, and today they continue to lead in peace, unity, and development.
Pioneering party members face challenges everywhere, overcoming them for the people's interests.
Now moving on to other news. Prime Minister Phie has called on ministries and sectors to effectively implement coordinated measures to stimulate production and business activities, generate employment and livelihoods, and achieve an economic growth target of at least 8% in 2025. Now chairing a meeting in Hanoi on February the 3rd, the first workday following a Tet break, the Prime Minister outlined a comprehensive roadmap to harness the festive momentum and inspire the country to stride into the new year with vigor and purpose. With the Post-Tet period ushering in a vibrant festival season, he underlined the need to ensure safety for all citizens. The Prime Minister also emphasized 13 key task groups and 67 specific tasks that ministries, agencies, and localities must pursue in the wake of Tet. Among these priorities is the critical monitoring of market supply, demand, and prices of essential goods and services. Furthermore, he urged a swift completion of investment procedures and the allocation of the 2025 Public Investment Plan with a keen focus on overcoming bottlenecks in key national projects and target programs. Now, also on the first workday after Tet, Prime Minister Phie met with the State Bank and the banking industry to assign tasks. More to follow.
Praising the banking sector's achievements over the past year, Prime Minister Phie emphasized key leadership lessons, including valuing time, making timely decisions, and overcoming challenges for breakthroughs. He urged the sector to continue proactive and flexible monetary policies, closely coordinating with fiscal and other policies. He also called on banks, especially joint stock ones, to support businesses and people through difficult times.
The bank's ecosystem consists of businesses and consumers. A bank thrives only when businesses and consumers have good economic and living conditions. Likewise, when a bank implements good policies, it can drive production and business and improve livelihoods. Therefore, supporting the development of businesses and the well-being of citizens is both the responsibility and the commitment of banks.
The Prime Minister set a target of 16% credit growth this year, focusing on growth drivers, transport infrastructure, and supporting disadvantaged areas. He emphasized controlling bad debt, improving policy communication, and promoting digital transformation. Banks should prioritize social housing and develop policies for investors and homebuyers. The Prime Minister urged the sector to be bolder, with results surpassing those of 2024.
Now, Resolution 57 of the Politburo has created breakthrough opportunities for attracting talent, especially experts and scientists, to Ho Chi Minh City. The resolution recognizes scientists and experts as the driving force behind innovative development. It calls for new recruitment mechanisms to attract talent in these fields, opening up significant opportunities for the city's growth.
Throughout 2024, Ho Chi Minh City University of Information Technology attracted only one scientist to teach in its computer engineering department. The main obstacle was the administrative procedures.
To break this barrier, we need autonomy to establish short-term teaching mechanisms and simplify paperwork to attract these candidates.
Resolution 57 enables universities, research institutes, and technology enterprises to independently recruit talent and determine their salaries and benefits.
We also face difficulties in terms of financial resources because the funding we get for salaries is still low compared to the level or capacity of the world's leading scientists who want to come back to Vietnam to work. When Resolution 57 is implemented, I also suggest that we promote the VTV350 program to attract more scientists.
Ho Chi Minh City has implemented several breakthrough policies to attract experts and scientists, including Resolutions 1925 and most recently Resolution 27 of the City People's Council, which offers outstanding benefits. However, these policies have limited scope, focusing primarily on the public sector with insufficient budgets.
Ho Chi Minh City is researching specific policies to access highly qualified talent. We hope that with the city's new policy mechanisms, we can attract more scientists to return to Vietnam.
Along with the opportunity to attract talent, Resolution 57 also establishes a foundation for localities to retain it. If implemented effectively, Ho Chi Minh City will evolve beyond being just an economic center to become a hub of knowledge and innovation.
Coming up next, credit-generating agriculture launch in Vietnam. And Phie tourism targets breakthrough in 2025. Welcome back to VTV News. After the Lunar New Year holiday, factories across the country have resumed production. The atmosphere in many factories and industrial parks was lively, with workers excited to start their shifts and hoping for a lucky and prosperous new year.
At 8 a.m., hundreds of thousands of workers in Bắc Ninh industrial zones began their first shift. In this factory, production lines were ready for the year's first day of work.
I hope the work will be more plentiful and better than last year.
With over 340,000 workers in industrial parks, Bắc Ninh aims to remain a leader in attracting investment in 2025.
Sufficient numbers of employees reported for work on the first day of spring. With new aspirations and a fresh mindset, I hope industrial products and other sectors in the province see significant growth.
Nationwide, about 90% of workers have returned, partly due to a full salary and bonus policy. The employment outlook for the new year is expected to improve.
We provide shuttle buses for workers after Tet, ensuring everyone has returned and is ready to work. The production line has resumed to secure jobs and support the company's growth.
In Hanoi, about 97% of manufacturing enterprises have resumed operations, and approximately 96% of workers have returned to work. Those returning were also very excited.
With careful preparation, factories are ready for a year of opportunities. They aim for 8% growth in 2025 and double-digit growth in 2026 to help transform Vietnam into a modern industrialized country with high income by 2030.
Now, as the second largest emitter, the agricultural sector must lead in reducing greenhouse gases. Following the 1 million hectare low-emission rice project in the Mekong Delta, which cuts 10 million tons of carbon dioxide annually, carbon-neutral farms and net-zero forests had opened up a new path for Vietnam, credit-generating agriculture.
Green farms minimize carbon emissions by dedicating 70% of their area to green spaces and regulating lakes. They also use a circular economy for waste treatment and energy generation. Methane reduction from 8,000 dairy cows is part of the solution.
Providing cows with optimal nutrition reduces methane emissions by 15 to 30%.
Creating carbon sinks reduces emissions and helps balance emitted and absorbed gases. Over the past 2 years, the enterprise has installed thousands of meters of net fencing to retain mangrove seeds, adding 600 hectares of natural forest to Kamau.
For sustainable development, we will not fall behind. Sustainable development reporting and emissions inventory are essential. This is an inevitable trend.
Underwater, low-emission farming is also a goal, with oyster farming combined with seaweed serving as a zero-emission model.
Vietnam know all too well the impacts of climate change are proving devastating, and we saw that recently with the awful Typhoon Yagi causing havoc over regions in northern Vietnam.
From emission agriculture to credit-generating agriculture, 57 million carbon credits can be generated annually in the agricultural sector, bringing in nearly 300 million USD. This creates a new sustainable ecosystem for emission-reducing production.
Vietnam's agricultural exports in 2024 achieved record-breaking success. Vietnamese banana exports surpassed the Philippines for the first time, becoming the top choice for Chinese consumers. Durian exports also saw a breakthrough, with turnover increasing by nearly 50%. Given these impressive results, agricultural businesses are hopeful for another breakthrough year.
This business began receiving orders immediately at the start of the new year. It now exports approximately 3 containers daily to various countries. Having established its presence in major markets like the US, Japan, Europe, and Australia, the company anticipates a 40% growth compared to last year once it begins exporting coconut products to China.
We are prepared to handle the increase in orders, especially from customers from Thailand.
In 2024, Vietnam's fruit and vegetable industry successfully expanded into both traditional and emerging export markets. Businesses are now taking the first steps to export fresh coconuts and frozen durians to China. These 2 products are expected to generate billions of dollars in revenue this year.
These are the signals that will help the agricultural sector grow in 2025. Our businesses will take advantage of these good signals to achieve a breakthrough this year.
Vietnam's fruits and vegetables are exported to more than 60 markets worldwide, demonstrating the sector's strength. Beyond fresh produce, the country also exports an increasing volume of processed products. The fruit and vegetable industry targets export turnover of $8 billion in 2025.
In the jubilant spirit of the Lunar New Year, numerous vibrant events and festivals have taken place across the country, drawing great interest and participation from locals and tourists alike.
On Sunday, at the Dong Da Mount Special National Relic Site, the 236th anniversary of the Ngọc Hồi Dong Da Victory Festival took place. A special performance vividly reenacted the glorious victory of the Tay Son Army in the spring of 1789.
On Monday morning, the 2025 Hương Pagoda Festival officially opened. This year's festival features several new highlights, including the integration of sightseeing and boat ticketing, and the launch of a cable car route connecting Hương Pagoda, Hanoi, and Tien Pagoda, Hoa Binh. As part of the event, a ceremony was also held to launch the official recognition of the Hương Sơn complex as a special national relic and a city-level tourist area.
Also on Monday morning, the 2025 Bai Ding Spring Festival got underway at the Bai Ding Pagoda, Ninh Bình. At the festival, visitors were welcomed with the traditional artistic performances. Inside the main stage area, a series of cultural and spiritual activities took place.
As Phie takes on a new status as a centrally governed city this year, the city is preparing a strong introduction by hosting the National Tourism Year Phie 2025, including the Phie Festival. Now, these events will catalyze economic, social, and tourism development.
The Tai Hoa Palace, a prominent structure within the Phie Citadel, has recently reopened to the public. After a long restoration, the palace has garnered significant attention from both domestic and international visitors.
The history and so many important things happened here, and I think you can really still feel it in the atmosphere, that it's a really important place for the city and also for this country.
The city has carefully planned and mobilized resources to ensure the success of the 2025 National Tourism Year. With the theme Phie, Ancient Capital, New Opportunities, this year's festival will feature 4 special events, showcasing 4 seasonal themes. Other exciting domestic and international activities are also in the pipeline.
We will build cultural and historical products combined with lighting and high technology, aiming to bring value and emotions to visitors.
With Phie now a centrally governed city, the tourism sector is setting ambitious goals to solidify its position as a leading destination.
Our focus is on cooperating with tourism agencies to incorporate these events into the itinerary. In addition, we are researching cultural products and innovating tours and shows to extend overnight stays in our city.
Building upon its rich cultural heritage as an ancient capital, Phie City is determined to create a breakthrough for its tourism in 2025, embracing fresh opportunities in this new era for the nation.
Coming up next in our world news, EU warns of economic disruption due to U.S. new tariffs. And OpenAI announces new deep research tool for ChatGPT. The European Commission (EC) warned that U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China would disrupt global trade and vowed to retaliate if targeted. According to a European Union spokesperson, the tariffs would cause unnecessary economic disruption and push up inflation, harming all parties. Referring to U.S. President Donald Trump's intention to impose tariffs on EU products, the European Union insisted it would retaliate firmly if any trading partner imposed unfair or arbitrary tariffs on EU goods. German companies are also bracing for the impact, as many supply the U.S. market from Mexico, particularly in the automotive industry. Also, after U.S. President Donald Trump imposed 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, while confirming his plans to do the same with Europe, global stock markets retreated at Monday's open, while the U.S. dollar surged. The U.S. dollar increased to a record high against the Chinese yuan, Canadian dollar, and Mexican peso. Asian stock markets saw a downward trajectory on the first day of the week. The Japanese Nikkei 225 index fell 2.4%, South Korea's Kospi index fell 2.9%, and Hong Kong stock market's Hang Seng index fell 1.4%. The advent of the low-cost artificial intelligence newcomer DeepSeek also caused turmoil in the financial and stock markets. It raised questions about how investors are positioning portfolios and technology giants' roles, causing many technology stocks to fall in price. U.S. tech giant OpenAI unveiled a ChatGPT tool called Deep Research that can produce detailed reports. OpenAI said its new tool accomplishes in tens of minutes what would take a human many hours. Deep Research is an independent research assistant from OpenAI. Users only need to send a request, and ChatGPT will automatically research, analyze, and synthesize hundreds of online sources to create in-depth reports equivalent to those of a real research analyst. This move by OpenAI comes as China's DeepSeek chatbot heats competition with high-performance and low-cost artificial intelligence, raising pressure on U.S. companies to accelerate development. In a groundbreaking new exhibition in Tokyo, visitors can transport themselves back to Japan's storied samurai era. Cutting-edge technology is used to vividly recreate the iconic works of legendary artist Hokusai. This art exhibition offers a unique and immersive glimpse into Japan's rich cultural heritage.
Hokusai, Another Story in Tokyo, marks the latest in a series of immersive attractions that have sprung up in Japan's capital. The exhibition, which opened to the public on Saturday, February 1st, in a downtown shopping mall, invites patrons to step into scenes of nature and village life depicted by the master of Edo period woodblock art.
This is a room where you can have an immersive experience in the world of 4 different scenes depicted in Katsushika Hokusai's artworks. For example, you can experience sensations like walking on a sandy beach or stepping on a crab to make it run away. It allows you to virtually immerse yourself in the simulated world of Katsushika Hokusai.
Born in 1760, Katsushika Hokusai took the medium ukiyo-e to new artistic heights in popularity through his unique use of color and dynamic composition. Hokusai's depictions of Mount Fuji have become emblematic of Japan.
The concept is not just to see the artwork itself, but to have an experience that goes beyond the real thing, to let you feel the scenery that Hokusai saw through visual effects and other sensations.
It was like the moment I first saw Fuji in Shinkansen. It was mesmerizing, and I felt it again here, so it's nice.
After his death in 1849, Hokusai's prints became a hit in Europe, kindling the Japanism movement in art and inspiring painters such as Claude Monet and Vincent van Gogh. Japan is experiencing a tourism boom fueled by the weak yen, while cultural exports from manga to movies are seeing unprecedented popularity.
And up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at 3 p.m. local time.